My Christ, oh god, man. Like, I can't even compose my thoughts. It's gonna have 15 times to even record this video just for some reason. This anime is freaking amazing. God damn it, Sato. Holy crap, Sato. You literally pulled it this week, in a sense. You kind of gave me one of the greatest scenes I've seen in a long time. That one scene where he's rallying all of the humans together and basically saying, oh, we've been mistreated. Basically, we've been living this life where we've been treated by the government as like these kind of slaves so they can be tested on and everything like that. Just rallying all the humans together and basically saying the government's a bad person, and in fact they are. We're not sugarcoating it. But saying the government's a bad person, everyone was like, God, you might be right. Like, he actually openly says, I'm an Ajin, so they already know he's an Ajin. It's not like, so you know full well he's trying to pull, even in the first like kind of sentence he says, I'm an Ajin. It's sort of like, I know what he's trying to do. And then when he basically says, oh, I'm going to start this protest, so tomorrow everyone come along, we'll rally against the government. I'm sort of like, they ain't for the humans. And basically, like, about 4 humans go, and it's all just Ajin just standing there. It's sort of like, oh god. You kind of didn't realise at that point it's not for anyone else's game besides his. Because he's saying, oh, these are all the Ajins in the area, so then we can actually rally this all together and basically use it for my own personal gain. Which in the end of the episode you kind of didn't realise it actually is, because you see everyone at this like facility, and then he comes out and says, okay, let's go. And it's all like, oh man, I want to see what happens next. For some reason it's going to be freaking great. Like, I don't even know what can happen, but what can happen, it'll be freaking amazing. I'm going to love it. But no, that was one part of the episode. My main part was Tosaki's like side of the story, in the sense that one scene when Izumi and him go to the motel and then Izumi's getting the wrong idea and then she's like blushing and everything. I was like, oh, she's so adorable. I just want to kind of hug her and say you're like the most adorable Ajin in the universe. She's like, even the manga, she's freaking adorable. But no, she's getting the wrong idea. But in the end, yeah, actually has like the scientist from like the main scientist in there, and it's all like, she's all like, oh, okay. I was kind of like, oh, I was like, oh, it's gonna just hug her. But no, basically what happens to Tosaki, we can't actually find out that he actually has a fiance, but she's in a comatose state. So he's trying to rally all this money together, trying to get some money basically so he can actually fund her treatment so she can actually become better. But we know that he hasn't got enough money. So what happens is he's going to his higher ups and they say, do you want money? It's like, you're not doing a great job, but do you want money? Sort of like, maybe. And what happens is he goes down to the facility and sees this like kind of thing going on, this like screen that's just showing engines used in different facilities. And this kind of like guards explaining, we use engines for like medical, we use engines for like warfare and stuff like that. I was sort of like, Christ. I was sort of like sitting there going, society's messed up in this case, because when you've realised this kind of thing, society would actually use it. Because if engines are widely used, they would use in the sense, my god, you wouldn't have to use anything else besides an engine just to test anything that's going on. You got a gun, test an engine. They're basically just like immortal. You can just sit there and just gun-ho an engine down, nothing can happen to it. They feel the pain. You don't care. You're just testing out the facility. You're testing out what it can do. You're testing out how good it is. You don't care what the engine feels. You sort of realise society is messed up, because you sort of realise they wouldn't use anything else. They wouldn't use that to the normal facility. And if in real life this happened, you wouldn't have any facility just other than engines being tested on. It sort of makes you realise humans are messed up, because if they have this in their arsenal, they will use it. And I was sort of sitting there going, God, if anything else, holy crap, that's pretty like messed up, because he's sort of just standing there going, you know, he's even has his smile going, he actually has big money. I was sort of like, even he might even use it. I was sort of like, don't do it, Tosaki, don't become one of them, don't you dare, because you just, no, because the humans are messed up. It's sort of like one of those morality changes, sort of sitting there going, who's the messed up person in the society? Is it the engines trying to kill the humans, or is it the humans trying to kill the engines? Because I don't think there's any engines that probably use this for that kind of gain, but freaking hell, I was sort of just sitting there going, my god. I would say, if this was happening in real life, we would be using exactly the same. You wouldn't have facilities that just have like things tested upon. You would have engines. You wouldn't care. They feel the pain. You don't care. You're testing it out. You're seeing how good your weapon is, how good your medical thing is. You're just testing. You don't care what the engine feels. They could be screaming their head off. You don't freaking care. It's messed up. I was sort of sitting there going, Christ, I don't like society in this anime, because it makes you realise who's the good person. But then you realise on the other side of the fence, who's the good person on the engine side? You're sort of going, but it's sort of, I don't know who the fence for in this case. I don't know who I want to go with, the humans or do I go with the engines? Because the engines themselves seem normal, but the way that some of the things are misguided, it sort of makes them realise that, not maybe, but then you're sort of saying, are the humans good enough? No, because the humans are just testing them. It's so it's just freaking amazing. It's making me question my morality and who I actually want to root for. And God, I haven't seen an anime like this in a long time. It's one of those animes that makes you sit there and wonder who are the good people. Because if this were happening in real life, as I've said, we would be using it. There wouldn't be any like facilities. You'd be just testing on engines. Like you just sell the engine to the company and say, yeah, here you go, test. You wouldn't care. You don't care. You don't feel anything. As long as it's money in your bank, you don't freaking care. It always makes you realize, holy crap, society's messed up. Ah, man. Good job on the writers there. It was a freaking, impactful scene in my case. But now Tosaki's actually kidnapped the scientists, so that's another plot point. So hopefully now Tosaki doesn't come one of them, because I don't really want to come one of them, but I feel like he's going to might start selling engines, but I'm not too sure. But anyway, what's that been a driver? If you want to leave a like, do leave a like, there's something quite a bit. If you leave a sub, do leave a sub, it does something quite a bit. But what's that been a driver, and does it later. Bye for now.